We have a voicemail number. That number is 219-2-David-P. Here is a caller who uses very disgusting language, some of which we've had to clean up for our broadcast version of the show. But he also is making a point that is just wrong, that I disagree with. Whoa, just lost my microphone. Oh my goodness, did you guys see that? That was crazy. I literally just lost my microphone. Let's see if I can get it plugged back in. Okay, there. I don't think that's ever happened on the show before. Okay, that will probably be memed. We're back. The microphone is back. Let's listen to the voicemail.
Hey, David, I just wanted to know why you prefer to gargle Joe Biden's nuts.
That's a technical term, the gargling of nuts.
On a regular basis. Like, I prefer the Young Turks because they're at least willing to admit that he is a failure of a president.
Right.
He is a joke. He does nothing.
Yeah. I've not seen that episode of TYT.
You sit back waiting for headlines that make Joe Biden look good in your own eyes. You'll sit there and you'll suck his nuts. The entire segment. That's what you do. So, are you funded by the Democratic Party in any capacity, or are you just that much of a shill for the Democratic Party? I don't understand. I thought you were smart initially, but now I'm starting to doubt my initial assessment of you. Come on, man.
Come on, man. All right, so let's go through it point by point. Joe Biden is basically 20 months into his presidency. For the first 17 of those 20 months, when Joe Biden had an accomplishment, I would tell you that he had an accomplishment. And my growing sense was this presidency was not going well. The approval rating or lack thereof reflected that. There were long periods without any major legislative accomplishments. There were a number of different events that took place for Biden that were not useful to him, and I called out all of it. And yes, in the last 3 of his 20-month presidency, there is new life in Joe Biden's presidency. A number of important legislative accomplishments, a number of good economic factors that only relate a little bit to Joe Biden. Remember, as I always have, when we see something happen in the economy that doesn't really have anything to do with the president, I gladly tell you that. And I mention it still helps the president when good things happen in the economy. So I think that, like many callers, one of two things may be going on. One, they see one of my clips in a vacuum where I praise something Joe Biden did, and their takeaway is that I am gargling Joe Biden's, let's use a more polite term, apple bags, okay? That I'm gargling the apple bags, sucking up to Joe Biden, I guess the phrase would be, because they don't see my other clips and they haven't been paying attention to the show long. And that's one possibility. Other possibility is these people just don't care and they just want to make these allegations. And the third possibility is that they meant to call a different show. That often will happen. I will sometimes get people who call in and they go, David, that thing you said about, someone I've never even talked about, that was absolutely horrible. I'm unsubscribing. I don't think you were even subscribed to me because I don't even know what you're talking about. So any of these possibilities are on the table. But I have been very critical of the Biden administration. The last 3 months have been significantly better for him, and many indicators looking better and better economically in the United States. That's the reality. We have a fantastic bonus show for you today. It turns out that the incoming King Charles III, after the death of Queen Elizabeth II, King Charles will not have to pay inheritance tax on the Queen's private estate, which is worth more than $750 million. That's a great deal if you can get it. So we'll talk about what is normally the inheritance tax in the UK and how it is that King Charles avoids that. We are going to talk about Nigeria becoming the first country to ban foreign models and television ads. Television ads airing in Nigeria will have to have models, actors, maybe we would call them, who are Nigerian. And we'll talk about why they're doing it, how you enforce such a rule, and more. And lastly, we are seeing more and more companies drop vaccine mandates for COVID. The most interesting thing to me about this is that for years we were hearing from the anti-vaccine right, the vaccine mandates at work are just the first step in whatever, some dystopian, authoritarian, slippery slope of tyranny. And we, the reasonable people, knew all along that's not going to happen. That's not at all what this is. This is just vaccine mandates for when it makes sense. And then it's all going to kind of fade away. And that's exactly what's happening. And those people are completely silent at this point in time. All of those stories and more we will talk about on today's bonus show when I'm joined by producer Pat Ford. You can sign up at joinpacman.com. Couple other things to tell you about. We will be doing a huge membership special on 9/19. That's next Monday, September 19th. It will be 9/19 themed. If you would like to take advantage of this great membership special, all you need to do is get on my mailing list at davidpacman.com. And then on the morning of 9/19, you will get an email telling you exactly how to sign up for a discounted membership. All right? Don't miss it. It's a doozy. My accountant is saying, David, don't do it. My business manager is saying, David, no. Our lawyer is saying, is this discount even legal? It's so huge. And I am saying, we're doing it. We are doing it for the people. And so I look forward to seeing you on the bonus show either today or after you get that discounted membership.